Hey, so in this series, I'm going to deep dive into each formula that you're most likely to use when creating spreadsheets. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the sum formula, one of the most basic and easiest formulas to use. So what is the sum formula? Essentially, it's just summing up a bunch of numbers. So as long as you have numbers and you want to get the total amount of them, it will sum it up. So it's super easy. You can do it for, let's say, if you are counting how many days that you have habits completed. You can actually count how many habits for the entire month. You can count currency. So for this example, I'm going to be using income sources. So I can count up all the different income sources and get a sum of the month or for the specific income source. You can also sum up hours. Anything that has numbers, you can sum up. So for example here, I've got my income sources and I want to sum up the amount of money I made for each month as well as for each income source. So you can see I've got its income sources here, then I've got the months above here. So what I want to do is create my sum formula, and I'm going to put it at the bottom here because right now I just want to sum up the total amount of money I made in January, for example. So I'm just going to double click into the cell where I want to enter my formula. I'm going to put equals. And then I'm going to type in sum. Now, sometimes Google Sheets is pretty smart, so it might try to guess what you're trying to sum. Sometimes it doesn't, but you might find that it's not trying to guess for me right now. But I can either click on my option here where it says sum, or I can continue writing and put in my left bracket. Now it's going to ask me my values. So what cell ranges do I actually want to calculate? Now I know I want to calculate the entire range of cells right here because I want to get the total amount of money that I made in January. And I even want to calculate the blank cells. So that way, if I add in any other resources later on, it will automatically count them into my total as well. So now I'm going to select my range of cells. You can either select the first one holding your shift key and then select the very last one in your range and it will grab everything in between. Or you could just select the very first cell and then using your mouse, just drag and grab the rest of the cells range. And then once you've selected your range, you can put your right bracket and hit enter, and it will automatically calculate all the numbers in there. So as you can see, this is my total for January, for example. Now, if I wanted to do it in February, let's just repeat it. I'm going to double click into the cell where I want to add my formula. I'm going to put equal sign sum. So as you can see, it knows what I'm trying to do, so it's already giving me an example. So I can either select this or I could just manually type it out. So I'm just going to manually type it out. I'm going to put in sum. Again, you can just choose the option here, or you could put your left bracket. You're going to select the range of cells, and then you put your right bracket and hit enter. So it automatically does that for you. Now, I don't want to have to add in the formula for every single month. That would be a pain because we have 10 more months to do. So the great thing about Google Sheets is we have a magical blue dot. So if I select the cell where I just put my last formula in, so you can see my formula's in there. If I select that cell, you can see my magical blue dot in the bottom right corner here. When you hover above it, it gives you some crosshairs. And once you've selected it, you can actually drag your mouse and pull it over until the very last cell that you want to sum up. So as you can see, it's automatically updated all the cell references to match the new column. So for example, this one was summing up column D7 to D14, but for the next one, it automatically knows because we didn't lock in our cell references, it automatically will update to the next column. So this one is column E from 7 to 14. This one is column F, and this one will be column G. So it automatically updates. So that's an easy way to sum it. And then as you can see, it's all done there. Now what I want to do is I want to total up every single income source. So I want to know for this past year how much money I've made for every single income source. So I've made my total areas over here. I'm just going to double click in. I'm going to put the equal sign. Again, it's guessing what I want to do, but I'm going to do it manually. I'm going to put in sum, my left bracket, and then I'm going to select the range of cells that I want to count up. And then put in my right bracket, hit enter, and there you go. So now that we've done that, I can actually take my magical blue dot and drag it all the way to the bottom. And as you can see, it automatically updates the rows because we didn't lock in our cell references. It will update the rows. So you could see it's using the same column or columns, but now it's updating the row. So that's row 8, this will be row 9, row 10, row 11, and so on and so on. So that's the magic of the magical blue dot. Now, the second thing I want to show you, or actually the last thing I want to show you with the sum formula, because sum is really simple, is you can actually do multiple ranges. You don't necessarily have to do a range of like over here and just do this range. You could do multiple. So let's say I wanted to do a total for this range and this range. What you would do is wherever you want to put your formula, you're going to double click into that cell, put the equal sign, put in sum, put in your left bracket. You're going to select the range, the first range, then you're going to hit a comma, and now it's going to ask you for your second range. So we can now select this range as well, and you can add as many as you want. You just have to put a comma in between and then select. So if I wanted to select this one, I could do that one as well. And then I put in your right bracket, hit enter, and it will automatically calculate the sums of those specific ranges. You could also do this with single cells as well. So if you wanted to do equals sum, left bracket, and if I wanted to select individual ones, I can literally just hold my command key on a Mac or control key on a PC and select the individual cells that you want to sum together. So let's say I just wanted to sum all those together. They're all individual. They're not in a range together. You can see they're all by themselves. And all I did was I'm holding my command key on a Mac, control on a PC, and I'm selecting the different cells. So if you have different cells that aren't in a total range, like arranged together, then this is an easy way to do it. You put in your right bracket, hit enter, and it's going to sum up those specific cell references. So that's it. That's the sum formula. Very simple, but it's such a powerful tool and it's easy to use. So anytime that you need to count up the total amount of hours for the month, the total amount of habits, or just if you're counting up how much expenses you spent this month or your total income, sum is a great formula for that. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching this video. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Bye.